Hey everybody, Bill and Andrew from MNPC Tech. If you recall, in our last video we had reviewed the Corsair 200R Midtower and performed some mods to it. But one thing we didn't do is put a custom window in it. So in this video we're going to show you how we made this custom window and custom window etch.
So as you guys know from our review of the 200R, Corsair at this time doesn't have a window panel from the factory for this case. So that's kind of one of the mods we want to do for this, because we don't want to see fan mesh holes, we want to see the cool system inside.
Yeah.
So, you know, adding a window to this will help us achieve that.
And I want to actually save this panel and swap it to the other side for another idea I have later. Now, if you didn't know, the panels are interchangeable, so we can use this for our template to make our window.
Perfect. So for covering our side panel here before we make the window cuts, I'm using Scotch 233 low tack tape, and this stuff is nice because it's durable, heavy duty, and it won't leave a residue. So I'm going to cover our whole side panel with that. For our window, we're going to be using this template.
Yeah, I had this template from a previous project from a long time ago. I thought it kind of fits the more industrial aesthetic of the Colonial Marines, and it's a little bit smaller than the panel, but it will work though. So while Andrew is going to cut this, I'm going to start working on the etch design, and that will go right here. And it's going to be the alien xenomorph.
Beautiful.
Okay, what I'm going to do is cut 1/8 inch thick cast acrylic. This is a clear, and I've just marked off the size of window that we'll need for the back side of the panel. This is a Grizzly G0580 vertical saw, and what I have is just a real fine tooth bimetal cutting blade in there. Before I cut this other side, I wanted to point out that I've got a fence. This is by Grizzly that came with the vertical saw, and this is crucial if you want to cut straight lines from flat pieces. Just line up your sheet, go right at the line at the blade, tighten the fence down so you get a nice straight cut.
So for cutting my side panel, don't forget safety glasses, always number one. I've got it set up on a box on a stool here, and this makes it easy so that you don't have to worry about cutting any tables up or anything like that. And I've actually taped the side panel to the box so it won't move too much, but I still have some room to kind of angle it if I need to for getting around with cuts. So I'm going to start my first incision with the rotary tool with the cutting blade, and I'm just going to make 2 initial cuts on the bottom of these windows so that I can get my jigsaw in there and finish it off. Alright, so I'm using my jigsaw here with a bimetal cutting blade, and we recommend 18 TPI or higher for doing these kind of cuts. So now I'm going to take off my low tack tape from the side panel, and then the next step will be using the rounded hand file to fix any of the inconsistencies in the cut.
Okay, here's our window cut. Now what I have here is a template that shows where the window cutouts will be in the panel. This is going to be the front of the case. Now, because I want the xenomorph walking towards the front of the case, what I do is I take the printout and I'm going to position it on the outside of this window. Take the template off, then we flip this over. So what we're going to do is we're going to etch the acrylic on this side, on the back side of the window, so when it's flipped and installed, he'll be walking, or she, xenomorph, or the he's or she's. Andrew says they're it's. And what I'm using is a Craftsman rotary tool with the DREMEL flexible shaft, and this will actually work on Black & Decker RTX rotary tools as well. And the bit that I'm using is number 107 by DREMEL. It's an engraving bit. And then for fine detail lines, this is just a generic bit. It's called a diamond engraver, and you can find it at anywhere you'll find rotary tool accessories. Just something of a fine point. So of course, safety glasses. And basically what I'm going to do is just trace the design and shade in the heavy black areas a little bit, and then any kind of fine lines. I may use this bit or the finer diamond engraving bit. And you don't need to run the rotary tool at full blast either. I think I'll just start down here at its foot. Oh, I want to mention too that some people wonder how deep they should go. It's really up to you how much. I mean, you can just skim the surface a little bit, do it lightly, or you can go really grind into it. It doesn't really matter, just whatever your personal preference is. All right, just to take a peek and see what the progress looks like. Good idea.
Looking good.
Yeah, so what I can do is after I do this pass with this bit, I can go back over with this diamond engraver bit next and do a little bit more detailing in some areas.
Got this a little more refined.
Yeah, so again, we had flipped it because we did the back side of the window, so this gives you an idea of what it's going to look like.
Now I'm going to take U-channel molding, which you can get on mnpctech.com, and I'm going to start this at the bottom of the window panel and slowly run it around all of the edges. And then once I get back to the beginning, then we'll cut it, and then you can hold it all in place.
4010 tape, we call it the tape of the gods at MNPC Tech. And this stuff's really strong. We've been using it to adhere windows on the panels for quite a few years. Okay. Then just take a nice cotton cloth that isn't going to scratch up anything. Apply some pressure on the back side.
Where did I put that case?
Where did I put that case? So there you have it. How to make your own custom window and window etch design, and I hope that all the steps that we've shared inspires you to make your own.
Yeah, and it's important to note that you can do any kind of different design or theme in the window that you want. You don't have to just stick to the traditional boring square, rectangle window or whatever. You can easily draw something up and put it into place, and you don't have to be perfect with power tools either. You know, I make mistakes, and you just really can use that hand file to perfect things.
Yeah, definitely. So keep on watching the videos. Stay tuned for more projects in the future. Thank you for watching.